I just saw a girl on my For You page talking about how Sephora has become the new Claire's. There's a bunch of 10-year-olds running around fiending for Drunk Elephant and like looking for rare beauty as if Selena Gomez is in the building. And let me tell you, I have a story for you. These 10-year-olds are crazy. Like literally the most feral. I was a camp counselor. The Sephora kids are different than any type of kids. First of all, whatever did happen to Claire's? Because I catch myself going into Claire's sometimes when I want a pair of cheap earrings or like a random
10-year-olds are ruining makeup stores. Lately, Sephora employees have been complaining on TikTok that every time they work a shift, the majority of customers are children under the age of 13 that have no manners. They go up to the sample section and quite literally destroy everything and make a huge mess that they don't even bother cleaning up. In fact, some workers are saying that the kids will open up packaged products from a set just to take one or two items, thus resulting in the store losing hundreds if not thousands of dollars worth of product.
Always when the groups of kids come into the store that we then find all of the empty Summer Fridays boxes.
As a result, some Sephora locations are allegedly removing testers entirely because it's not worth them if the kids are just gonna ruin it and not purchase anything. And it's not like they can ban 10-year-olds from coming into their store. Not to mention, people in the comments section were saying things like when they were 10 years old, they were playing with Barbies and watching Rugrats. Meanwhile, nowadays they're putting on a full face of makeup and are wanting to grow up faster and faster.
Everyone's out here talking about these 10-year-old Sephora girls like if you didn't create this problem. And just in case you didn't know about it, basically Sephora is trending, or more specifically the 10-year-old girl situation at Sephora has been trending. And why? Because these snot-nosed little shitheads are going into Sephora, okay, at 10 years old, and they're like opening up all the tester kits, they're ruining the shit that's on the shelves, they're being rude to people when they're being called out on it. Like, the whole thing's a hot mess. Which means if you know anything about me and my content, you know I'm going to talk about this shit. I'm here to tell you because I know this is going to hurt to hear, okay? So just try and bear with me. But if you're a millennial parent, these 10-year-old Sephora girl problems, it's your fault. We are now seeing the direct live results of what happens when iPad kids grow up and are starting to go out into the world. Let's do a little history lesson here for you, okay? The very first iPad to come out came out in 2010, which means these 10-year-old Sephora little monsters who are going through an entire Sephora, ravaging it like it's Tortuga Island in Pirates of the Caribbean, they are the ideal candidate of the people that were growing up doing nothing but sticking their faces inside of iPads. And lo and behold, look what happens. They get out into the public and have absolutely no idea how to function in society. Which makes total sense when you consider the fact that as an iPad kid, you're not developing any type of cognitive just benefits to your life. You have no personality that you create for yourself. It's only what you see on an iPad screen, okay? You're not developing any type of social cues, how to behave in public, the types of interactions that you really have with people, not that's facilitated and fake on a screen. Think about how many get ready with me videos these poor girls are sitting there rotting their brains to, right? And then they get out in public with their little friend groups and they're like, oh, look at all the makeup that these influencers are using, but they don't know how to handle themselves. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna just do their primal fucking human urges of just, let's just fucking ruin shit. I love the videos where people talk about the reactions of them going up to these 10-year-old Sephora girls and trying to confront them and being like, hey, you can't do that. The fact that they're like lashing back out at the adults or saying the most rude, like horrible shit back to them. And it makes sense when you replace parenting with a fucking computer screen with unmitigated, complete and total access to the World Wide Web. This is the result you're gonna get. Nobody's teaching these kids right from wrong, okay? Nobody's giving these kids any spankings anymore. Their entire life, their entire personality is built into these iPads and what they see online. I know what some of you were thinking. Some of you are coming to the defense of these 10-year-old Sephora girls. Well, you don't understand. When you were 10 years old, you didn't always act right. Bitch, please, when I was 10 years old, I used to get something called a preventative ass whooping. Do you know what that is? It was where your parents would grab you, bring you close, and with a dead stare in their eyes, they'd look you right into your soul and they would say something like, listen, you little shit, we're gonna go into the store. I gotta go get some stuff. But if you act out, if you disrespect anything, if you touch some shit that you're not supposed to touch, and if you mess around, so help me God, I'm gonna stone cold stun you into next fucking week. Do you understand me? I'm gonna give you a little love tap on your ass so you know that it's a little preview sample of what's to come if you fuck